How's it going, everyone? This is the first episode of our new podcast called the Keep Refrigerated Podcast. It's your boy Crudo Chudo here, just reminding you to keep refrigerated and stay cool, and hope you enjoy this podcast. I am here with ear collector, also known as Mike, also known as Mike Rodriguez Portraits on Instagram.
Hey guys, how you doing? Nice to be here with you.
Welcome, Mike. Welcome. Also, we are here with the one, the only, the Grounded Phoenix.
Yo, what's grounded, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Giovanni. Thank you for having me.
What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to talk about the coronavirus and all its nasty things that are coming with it.
Yeah, bro, I don't drink anymore, so I don't know about that.
What?
What? The coronavirus? Like, I'm sober from alcohol, so.
Oh, good one. Good one. Oh, if I had $1 for every time I heard that.
It's a pretty hot topic, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. So just like let's just see what everyone knows. What is your take on it, Mike? What do you think about it so far? What's your basic consensus? What's going on? How's it affecting the world? This and that.
Well, the coronavirus or the COVID-19 virus, it's like a lot of people are comparing it to like the flu season, but currently, after a month of it being out and about, there's been confirmed about almost 3,000 deaths. No, actually, sorry. Yeah, it's almost 3,000 deaths now. And that's more than SARS, MERS, or the swine flu combined.
The bird flu, influenza, like this is the biggest hit that we've ever taken.
Influenza normally is about 15,000 deaths a year normally. But at this point, it's like a slow roll. It's like a slow snowball. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not going to be as bad as people expect it to be. But we're just at the beginning stages where it's still spreading and doing its thing. But I have positive. I want positive thoughts. I want it to be not something that we have to talk about in the future in history, like the Spanish flu. That's my take on it at the moment.
What about you, Johnny? What have you heard about it? What's one thing that people are talking about that you've heard, that you've understood from what you've heard?
I know it's something serious for sure. I was actually sick probably like a month ago, just a flu. But this flu was different, dude. I've been sick with the flu, like any other person. But for some reason, this one hit differently. It lasted longer. And I just felt really, really bad, like really crappy. Obviously, every flu makes you feel like that. But this one was just, I can't say in what way it was different, but it was just worse. It was not something to recover from quickly. It lingers on. I had to get an antiviral for that. I went to the doctor, but from what I heard, it's some pretty concerning stuff. I'm not too informed on what it, the scientific name for it and all that. Like, I really try to stay away from either politics, the government, news, things like that, things that kind of affect me and like the way I think or like my mood overall. So I can't really say my opinion on it. I just know it's very serious, and hopefully maybe you guys can give me some information on it and I could pick you guys' brain.
So it's crazy. What I just found out in the last 48 hours is really kind of alarming to me, and I don't know. I was really shocked by it. I think this could be potentially really bad, but I mean, we're pretty advanced technology-wise for what we are right now. So let me just lay you some knowledge on you guys. I found out that 70 countries have been affected. 70 countries have been infected with the virus, with the United States hitting 100 people infected. That's pretty insane.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and just in China alone, there's 80,000 plus um, confirmed cases. And I remember when it was only like 10 confirmed cases or 15 confirmed cases. South Korea has almost 5,200 cases. And then you have Iraq and Iran that had a lot of new cases. And Mexico just got its first case. So yeah, it's like I said, it's a slow roll. It's building up.
Yeah, I was hearing some reports today, and there was somebody from Harvard. He said this could potentially be one of the worst outbreaks we've ever had, and like you were saying earlier, Mike, it's worse than SARS. It's worse than any other flu we've ever seen. I mean, at the rate it's going right now, just within these couple months, 3,000 deaths almost. That's insane. The U.S. just reported its, I think, 11th death today or third death. I can't remember. One of the countries has reported a death today. Second?
In America, it was in Washington. It was a 70-year-old man, and I think that was yesterday.
Oh, no. So this was today. It must have been the third death then. Because I know for sure there was a death reported today. And I was just like, what the hell? That's insane. But there are some good news on the horizon. China has reported it the lowest in cases of infection and deaths in the last 24 hours than it has been reporting since late January. So I mean, this could be good. We don't know yet, but hopefully, good things to come.
That's good. Yeah, it's positive.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do you guys know by any chance how I'm sorry, what age group is it affecting the most, or is like anybody is really much getting it?
Well, I would say there's about three groups, not age groups, but three groups that would be affected. People that are immune, that have immune issues, like people with HIV, AIDS, or other diseases that cause immune deficiency issues. And then you have the young and then the old. And it's usually young and old are also the ones that are affected by the flu the most. Children could die from flu, and same with old people. But those are
So let's say you're middle age between like 30 and I don't know what's considered old.
I saw like a chart that the information from China and other countries, anyone from like 15 to like 50 has like only like a less than a 2% chance to die from it, like less than a 1%, if I recall. But when you start going up to like 60, 70-year-olds or even really young children, it goes up to like 3%, 4%, 5%.
Yeah, generally, in the case of most diseases and like sicknesses, the older you get, the more susceptible to these, you know, flus and stuff you get, and the worse it is. Someone was saying that the ages between 20 to 50, like Mike was saying, it's really low for you to be susceptible to it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a case somewhere that maybe someone might have died, but it's really rare. You're generally looking for like the 15 and under and like the 60s and up. That's where it's really impacting us. They were saying that this could possibly infect 40 to 70% of the entire population.
That's still about 4 billion people, and with the death percentage of like 3%, that's still like 125 million people dying from this disease if it spreads to every single human.
That's pretty insane. That gave me chills. Like when I heard that, I was like, "Holy shit!" And I mean, it's just like that's kind of like you look into a room. Like let's say you go to work today, you're pretty much saying like little less than half people are gonna get this.
Yeah.
That just blows my mind. Um, so what do you guys do to prevent these things? I mean, I try and wash my hands as much as I can. I mean, obviously, you
Well,
know. Go ahead, Mike.
No, well, you finish what you're saying. Go ahead.
I mean, obviously, you can't wash your hands every 10 seconds. I mean, I have purchased hand sanitizer. I'm really bad at taking it to work, but just take the proper precautions. I mean, is there any other advice you can give us? Like when do you think is the appropriate time to wear a face mask? And I guess there's no wrong time, but what would you suggest?
Well, the thing with face masks is that you would have to constantly change them for it to be really effective. And I think the World Health Organization has stated that the people that should be wearing face masks are the people that are infected, because the virus itself is spread through water droplets that could come from your nasal drip, come from breathing or coughing. And if they cough on, let's say, a surface like a handlebar to the bathroom, there's a chance of it lasting up to like 4 to 5 days on the handlebar. So to reduce chances of that kind of spread, you have to have people that are infected having face masks. But it's like one of those situations, like you can't wear it all the time, but you could probably reduce your chances if you like sterilize your hands after touching like community areas. But wearing a face mask all the time would probably be pretty tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty annoying. I mean, check this out. So, what we were talking about earlier, I'm reading this right now. Washington state health authorities have confirmed 27 coronavirus cases, including 9 deaths, one of which occurred last week.
Okay, so you want to hear something crazy? So this is the last update since yesterday. Since yesterday, South Korea has 851 new cases. Italy has 568 new cases. Iran has 835 new cases and 23 new deaths. 61 new cases in France, 46 in Japan, 36 in Spain. And the first case of coronavirus has been detected in Ukraine, Morocco, Latvia, Senegal, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, and Jordan. So that's almost 2,200 plus cases in one day. And so each of those people that have it have a chance to infecting more people. So they say next week we probably might be like 10,000 new cases a day or something. Hopefully that doesn't happen because we don't want that to happen. We don't want to win this game of outbreak or whatever. Ugh, scary.
Yeah, I mean, when you give numbers like that, it's kind of hard not to say that we could hit the 40% to 70% that the guy was saying, you know?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
I was uh I was listening to something today and they were saying that Italy probably has around 55,000 people affected by this. They're quarantining a bunch of cities right now because there has been cases of infection over there. 55,000 people affected. Now, I'm not saying that those 55,000 are infected. I'm saying affected. I mean, their lives are being affected by this flu, and it's crazy, man.
Hey, wait, is that China you were talking about?
No, that was Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they quarantined a couple towns, 3 towns, I think it was.
Yeah. It probably came from like immigrants that came from Turkey or other Middle Eastern countries that migrated to Italy to try to get, they do their do the boats or whatnot, and it probably just got infected. Either that or some like traveler from China. But I mean, you can't like stop that. I mean, it's tough. You like can't just close your borders. I mean, you can, but I don't. People don't jump to that conclusion really quick unless it's something major.
What if this is the start of the zombie apocalypse?
Maybe what if this disease, let's go crazy, man. Let's go InfoWars crazy. What if this disease was made specifically to like cull the world or some bullshit? But I doubt it. Just it came from some like animal that they ate at an open market, living animals.
Just another day in China.
Well, that's why they're banning those markets in China. I mean, it's serious over there. Serious enough to where the leader of their country banned all live animal markets going forward, because this is like the third time that something like this has happened. I mean, HIV literally came from someone that ate bushmeat, which is a like wild meat. They killed a monkey and they were cutting it up and most likely got a drop of blood on one of their cuts on their hands and it eventually mutated into HIV, which caused huge deaths in the 70s and 80s and 90s.
That is crazy. I did not know that.
That's most likely how it happened. So some stupid mistake. Yeah, it's a bummer.
Are you guys prepared for the zombie apocalypse if it were to happen?
What is prepared? You have to have guns. You have
Are
to
you a
have a shitload
prepper?
of water. Huh?
Are you a
You have to
prepper,
have a bunch
Joseph?
of water.
I mean, I am a zombie apocalypse prepper.
I don't think we'll have to worry about zombie apocalypse. Maybe like slowly dying people on the streets everywhere and not trying to get infected kind of apocalypse.
But let's say, what if? What would happen? Where would you guys go? And what would you guys do?
That's tough. We're like in a major city, LA County area. I'm assuming all of us are. But like where do you actually go? Where there's not like a million people trying to steal your shit or
I'll go to the bank.
why?
The
Money's not gonna
bank?
mean anything.
Yeah, because everybody's gonna be gone. I'll just go to the bank and just get as much money as I can, and probably like
Money
We're
is
talking about
literally gonna do nothing, have nothing to
we're
do
talking about a situation where like
well,
society's breaking down, money means nothing. The only thing that means stuff is like maybe gold and
money's
what
always
you
gonna
have
mean
in your
something.
hand.
And I'm not a money person. Like I'm not like, but hey, like no one's gonna be guarding that shit. Like, dude, it's a perfect opportunity.
Why we're talking dude, we're talking about a situation where money doesn't mean anything anymore. People are dying, the world's falling apart. It's not it's never gonna be the same thing
Zambos
again.
are killing everybody.
Put the money in the grave.
All right, well, GP is probably gonna be one of the first ones
Yeah,
dead.
he's gonna be the first one to die, man. We'll just like let him go outside.
Just
Like,
put
yeah,
my
go
money
get us
in the
some
grave.
McDonald's. It'll be fine, GP.
Uh, no, but should we like? I mean, would you guys buy guns or what? Get strapped up?
I mean,
I mean,
you would have. I mean, buy guns. I wouldn't. I don't
You
know.
could
That's
probably just walk into a gun shop and get it.
yeah, but I mean, that'd be a hard. Like, are you talking about when it happens or?
What if it just happens out of nowhere? Like right now during this podcast, you see the first fucking zombie. What are you gonna? What's your first reaction?
Probably barricade my house and
wait for the initial like wave of death and fighting and everything to happen. And hopefully, you have enough food. That's that, and then you.
I mean, we just went grocery shopping, so I'm chilling.
Yeah, and then I might have to eat my dogs. I don't know, man.
You're gonna start a. You're gonna start a whole nother coronavirus.
I might have to
Yeah,
eat my neighbor's dogs, which would be a good thing because they bark every fucking night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are they small dogs?
No, they're actually big, but I could take them out.
What are you talking about? A fucking like bug gets you all freaked out.
Yeah, bugs freak me out, man. Not these big
What
dogs.
if it has like a cockroach costume on and it's chasing you?
Kind of bugs, like spiders. So I know what to fucking scare you with next time.
Yeah, go ahead, motherfucker.
Watch out, man. He takes it serious, man.
I could tell. All right, so spiders. Like, what about a ladybug? No, ladybugs never hurt nobody.
Doesn't matter if they hurt you, man. It matters what they do to you at night.
They
Ladybugs
tickle
don't
you.
mess with people.
They just like crawl up your blankets and just like.
Hey, you know how
oh.
many spiders you eat at night? Apparently, a lot.
I mean, spiders don't freak me out, so I ain't even tripping.
Oh, spiders don't freak you out.
No, but these little fucking crickets and grasshoppers, they can all go fuck themselves.
Crickets. What?
Oh yeah, man. You should have heard the story, but we won't have to talk about that. But for going back to the zombie apocalypse stuff, probably the best bet
Yeah,
is
the
to
most
stay.
important. Let's talk about the important stuff. That
Yeah, the most important thing is in something a situation like that. It doesn't have to be zombies. It could be anything that's like fast moving, destroying a lot of people. society falling apart, best thing is to stay in place, barricade yourself, and not to be obvious that you're there, kind of thing.
So don't turn the TV on.
No, I mean you can have a radio, but use
Just
earbuds.
kidding.
If you just don't want
Yeah.
people to know you're there, because if if the first wave ends of whatever it is, and people are able to go out and about, they're going to be looking for food, easy targets. Not everyone's nice, and there's like what 200 million guns in the United States, so you just got to be careful.
It's kind of like Tarkov, you know. You got to take our time.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's the point where like 99% of the population's dead or zombies or something like that, you could probably be a little bit more free and moving about, but you
All
probably
right,
would want to like strap yourself up, as you said.
all right, guys. I got a question. Let's say you were the last person, the last, and you knew it, the last person in the world, and there's zombies out to get you, but you have a gun with only one bullet in it. What would you do?
Honestly, I would try and survive as long as I can, dude. I'm not about that.
Yeah, the best thing to do is get on a boat, man. The
Yeah,
best
I
thing
would
to do
try
is
and
just fly in a boat and then stay on it and just like learn to sail or something and sail
yeah,
to some like island.
crisscross. Learn to sail and just listen to crisscross all the time. You know, just keep yourself
Christopher
zen.
Cross sailing.
Yeah, exactly. Keep yourself zen. And you said the last person, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a dog with me. So I'll be chilling, dude. I'm cool.
Yeah, you seen the Book of Eli, right? The movie with Denzel Washington.
No, he wasn't the last person though.
Oh, he was. Oh, well, I mean, he had a dog with him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Will Smith.
Yeah,
Was that
but
a
even
different
then, he
movie?
wasn't the last person. There was like those two girls that came up, and that was Legend. I Am Legend,
Oh, I Am Legend. Yeah, two
and that
good
was a
movies though, by the
remake
way.
of another
Two
movie that
great
was just
actors too.
similar.
Denzel.
Oh,
Yeah, my bad.
Denzel's like the shit, man.
Oh yeah, Training Day. Well, what about Man on Fire? Damn.
That's a good one. That's a banger
Mm,
right there.
His newer movie he
yeah.
did where he what was the one where he helped that cold girl, like he helps a Russian girl that gets like beat up and everything. She's like a prostitute, I think,
I have no
and
idea.
he goes after the people that beat her up, like this Russian mafia.
I didn't know that was a movie.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He did two of them.
He did two of the same. It's like the same story.
No, he did the first one. He helps that girl, and the second one he helps like a youth
A
get out
young
of
youth.
a young youth get out of a bad situation and helps him. He's an artist, a kid, and helps him become an art, like do his art, but also get away from really bad people that are in his neighborhood. It was a good movie.
Is it like a recent movie or
Yeah, they're recent, maybe like a year or two ago.
what did I see the other day? The other day, I think I saw a Denzel movie. I think it was John Q. It was pretty good, man. I remember that movie. I watched that movie when I was growing up. Sad movie, man. When his kid is dying from like heart disease or heart failure, they have to get another heart. Man, that shit was crazy.
I don't remember that one.
What about you, GP? What's your favorite Denzel movie? Training Day?
Oh, it's called The
Mm.
Equalizer, by the way.
Oh, The Equalizer is badass.
Yeah,
I like The
Equalizer was the
Equalizer.
first one with Cole, and then the second one was the other one. It was a good movie.
It's tough, man. He has a lot of great movies, and then the one with the airplane where he's a pilot. Which one's that one?
Oh yeah, where they're like, he's like, he never
He,
gives
he
up
does-
flying the plane, and he ends up like doing a he flies upside down for a little bit. He crashes the plane, and everyone
he was
survives, right?
drunk and under the influence of
Yeah,
cocaine.
I think
And
it was based off of a true story, if I recall.
yeah, it was based off of a true story. That movie to me was pretty good. Honestly, I can't. Yeah, I'll do it. Training Day probably because King
Flight.
Kong ain't got on me. That's why.
Yeah, it's called Flight, and I don't know if it's a true story or not, but it was really
I
good because
think it is.
when it gets to like the important part where he's having to fly the plane, he never gives up and he flies the plane, and it was a really good scene.
Would you guys ever fly a plane? Like a plane full of passengers? I don't think I could do that shit.
Well, you could put it on autopilot. You just gotta sit at the cockpit.
I don't know. Some planes are easier to fly than others, apparently, and it just really depends. I mean, if you were the only person, if like the pilots were dead or something like that, and they asked you if anyone could fly a plane, I don't know. That's tough.
Let's say that you're the only one on board who's had any plane experience in the planes going down. Do you say you have plane experience or do you not say you have plane experience?
Well, you have to say yeah.
I mean,
We're gonna die anyways.
Yeah, the ATC, they have a tough time. I mean, they have to think in 3 dimensions and control all the planes. But I was just recently listening to some YouTube videos about ATC maydays, and it was uh, a Piper airplane, I believe, and their nose their landing gear for their nose wouldn't come down, and so they got like the manufacturer on the line, and then they got like uh, flight instructors and people that have flown that plane before, and or maintenance people trying to figure out how to get their plane to land safely. So they tried multiple things, and eventually they figured out there's no way that they could bring that nose gear down. I think they were leaking one of the flyby planes that checked underneath it noticed that there was hydraulic fluid coming out of it, so it was pretty much shot. So they ended up landing the plane without landing gear, with just the front nose gear down, I think, or half down. And it was a touchy situation, but they were able to land. The story about the whole reason I'm telling the story is just because the ATC and all the components of it and all the people that fly underneath it, like the pilots, they all came together to help this one guy. So I give them props. Tough job.
That's got to be some shit, knowing you're going down and your landing gear won't deploy.
Yeah, I literally watched a video where it was like a husband and wife and 2 children, and the husband and wife knew what was going on, and they were going through checklists trying to figure it out, and they land safely. But as soon as they land safely, you could just see the emotions wash over them. They both start crying and just staring off into the distance, knowing that they could have killed themselves and their children in an accident. It just happened. It was like nothing they had control over, but it was just such an intense final scene of that video. Damn, I will never forget that.
Dude, that's a trip, man.
Like, I don't know, being a hero like that, ooh, I don't know if I could put myself in that situation, man. To where, like, if you fail, thousands of people's lives are in your hands.
I mean, it's better to try than just to like die quietly.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess, huh? Yeah.
I mean, if
True.
you're in a situation where there's a active shooter and you're probably gonna get shot at, you'll try your. I would hope I would like try my best to do something or distract the guy or whatever or person.
It's kind of hard to think of that situation
Yeah, I
because
know.
you're not
Yeah,
knowing if you're gonna
when you're in it,
freeze.
it's like. But there are
Dude,
people
I
that.
played that shit in my head so many times. I don't know why, dude.
I mean, there's people that are doers and people that just like do nothing. I would hope I would be someone that did something about it or tried to do something.
So do
I
you
would
like,
hope.
let's say a shooter's there, do you like try to attack them from the front?
No, you probably don't.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
No, I mean, real bullets would just end you in a second.
I don't know. I kind of just pictured me like just kind of like dodging every bullet and then just fucking like diving and doing like a little twirl and then just fucking like
The best.
hitting him straight in the fucking chin and then like him dropping his gun and then I kick it to the side and I'm just like, fuck you, asshole, and like kind of just beat his ass down.
It's
That's
not
how
gonna happen, bro.
that's how I plan to do it. Like,
The only thing, the best option is to wait for him to have either a bullet jam or having to change his magazine.
or
And
reload.
hopefully he doesn't have like a pistol with him too, and either charge him or get someone, either that or get someone to distract him while someone charges him. That's the only real solution he has.
while I try to go get them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like thinking about that. It's just like, ugh, so like dark, and I don't want to think about situations like that. But hopefully, I would, if I had to, I would make the right decision and
Yeah, I mean, I hope I
not
would
die.
too, man. I mean, that's a really scary situation. Like, I don't know, to put myself in those shoes. Whew.
Like those guys on that train, man, that attacked that terrorist. That like they stopped the
Yeah, that
guy
was
with AK-47.
crazy. That's
Thinking,
crazy.
and they made that movie out of it. But I mean, just that situation, they just like instantly just went into action. It's like you're either gonna kill me or I'm gonna stop you. I mean, and the guy just rushed him, and luckily enough, the guy's AK-47, which shouldn't have jammed.
Yeah,
Man,
that guy
so
kind of
shit.
screwed himself, man. That. Thank God, man. Thank God his AK jammed because those guys probably whooped his ass.
Yeah, I mean, there was multiple people, not just those three guys. There was like another dude that sat on him and held him down and was holding it.
I find it
Uh,
very hard to. I would find it very hard to control myself in that situation. I think I would honestly beat him to death.
yeah, I think if I got the upper hand on someone that was murdering innocent people, I would use whatever tool he had to like do my worst to that person, that evil person, kind of thing. You know?
You got crazy.
It's kind of sick how like that's like a norm now.
I know. I wish it wasn't. But people claim it's just because we have more news and we hear about it more often. I don't think so. I just think that we have that, like, we're slowly creating a environment where you make people famous because they become mass murderers or something like that. I think that has to do with the news media, and that's my opinion. Just my opinion. But I think we are creating this anti-hero that kills people by making them Instagram, internet, whatever famous, and it's just sad.
Yeah, you could say that, but again, it's kind of hard not to talk about those kind of people in the news.
That's true,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
it's
They
it's
shouldn't.
just a
I
shitty
think they shouldn't
situation.
even say their name. I think whoever the murderer is, they should never say their name. I mean, they shouldn't do it. They should not release their name, and we should just release the name of the people that died. There's no reason to make that person that shot them, you know, talked about. It should just be about the people that passed away.
That's a good point. That's a really good fucking point.
Yeah.
Because then, like, if you don't get the fame, if you don't get like, what? I mean, to some people, it's just revenge, or like they probably, going through some shit. But like you guys said, lately, it's for the fame. It's to get some kind of clout, or you know what I mean, to get recognition. Some people do things and get depressed because they feel like they just, they've been a walking ghost their whole lives, and then here comes an opportunity for them to be acknowledged.
Damn, it's kind of crazy when you say it like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
That went deep, bro.
It's I don't know. I guess, man, like these church shootings, school shootings, like it's all.
I mean, like, why would you shoot up a school? Why would you kill children? I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
but
so.
I'm referring to like the people, like the students that are going there,
I
and
don't
like,
know.
you know what I mean. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess there are people that just go and shoot up a school just fucking for the hell of it, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, we had like some guy on our middle school campus that had like a knife, and I was shitting myself, dude. I was like, oh my god, he has a knife, and he was just like some random crazy guy that just walked onto our to our campus.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like, they used to have like those lockdowns, and you would like go out to the middle of the field or the quad or whatever, and they would kind of just say, "Oh, we're on lockdown," and they'll notify your whoever's in your emergency contacts list. And for the most part, it was kind of nothing. But nowadays, it's just like it's crazy. You would think that crime would kind of go down because back then it was pretty crazy. like in the early 90s, early 2000s. But now it's just, it could be anybody shooting up a school. It doesn't even have to be a gangster with fucking sagging and high ass socks and Cortez like and bald. Like this dude can be a dude with skinny jeans, some fucking Converse on, and long hair.
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. I don't want to talk more about this crazy shit. We can save it for like another podcast or something. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, we had a good first open podcast, multiple subjects. So I think we're good.
Yep, definitely know like if I'm gonna go after somebody with a gun, I should probably not charge them straight ahead.
Yeah, that'd probably be best. That's probably a life lesson.
I think you need to play some Call of Duty and
Dude, I have not played video games since fucking what was that game? Gears of War. I was hooked on that game, the first one.
Yeah, well, play
On
a Call
Xbox.
of Duty and see what happens when you charge face first into someone with a gun. See what happens.
You
Or
just
not.
jump and you
Hook her
shoot
up.
while you're in the air.
Oh God. But anyways, guys, thank you so
I'll
much
get raised.
for coming through. Where can we find you guys? What are your platforms that you stream on or that you have all your media on? Go ahead. We'll start with GP first.
All right, so I have a YouTube channel, Grounded Phoenix, or you guys can just go on groundedphoenix.com. On there, I talk about my life experiences with alcohol and drugs. Currently 4 years going on 5 years, alcohol and cocaine free. I get really vulnerable on there. I just share my experiences and kind of talk about things that people are not comfortable talking about or feel like, are open about it. So if you guys like to know any information or hear some experiences of mine and get some feedback, hit me up at groundedphoenix.com or just hit up YouTube, Grounded Phoenix.
Thank you, GP. Now, Mike, what are your platforms?
Hello. I have Instagram. My main Instagram for my photography is Michael Rodriguez Portraits. I also have a webpage for my portfolio, which is michaelrodriguez.photo with a Photo. And that's my main platform if you want to look at my work or get in contact with me.
Thank you, Mike. And as you guys know, it's your boy Crudo Chudo. Thank you for watching this podcast. You can catch me live on Twitch at Crudo Chudo. I'm sorry, twitch.tv/Crudo Chudo. Follow me on Twitter at Crudo Chudo. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, also at Crudo Chudo. And subscribe to this podcast, guys. Keep Refrigerated Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later.
Peace out.
See ya.